Okay, hey, hi, good evening, everybody. Okay, so right, as part of our admin check, okay, I just want to make sure that, okay, wait, sorry, okay. Can I just make sure that everybody, okay, can you please turn on your video? Okay, this is really for security purpose because we do not want any kind of unexpected guests, okay, to be actually here. Okay, and then also, right, let's ensure that we have good connectivity, okay, because this session is going to be for 1 hour and every month we only have one session. That's it, one session. And because it's a small group session, right, you get to ask a lot more intimate questions, okay, and we really are here to really help you to grow and give you specific feedback, okay, as a smaller group. Okay, so if you can turn your video on, that would be really great. Okay, so that at least we know that we are speaking to people. Like, it's always better to look at humans rather than just like the screen. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, so right, I'm going to start off, okay, by sharing with you. Okay, yeah, let me just sorry, this blue and red pill I think a bit heavy for the start. Okay, maybe I just do the overview first. Okay, so today, right, our focus will actually be on healthcare. So what we intend to do is we intend to do a deep dive on one sector every month. Okay, so the whole idea is that by the end of 5 to 6 months, at least you have a good knowledge of not just one sector, but several sectors, and you can add them into your portfolio so that your portfolio, okay, will not be just concentrated on one sector. Okay, so for some of you, right, okay, does any one of you, right, your like tech stocks, right, makes up a huge proportion of your portfolio? Okay, I cannot be really sorry. Right? Okay, then you will feel it during the recent correction suddenly, right? Okay, the tech bubble just burst, right? And then you can feel it. Your portfolio is all in the red. Okay, so okay, so this is something that we really want to avoid lah. Okay, what we want to do is we want to actually dive deep into every sector so that you can actually add more sectors to your portfolio to diversify. At the end of the day, right, even if let's say you don't feel convicted about any stock at all, okay, from this particular sector like healthcare, for example, right, what can you do? You can invest in the ETF at least, right? At least that adds some cushion, okay, and some diversity to your portfolio. Okay, so the whole idea, okay, is to really grow as a community, okay, grow our portfolio as a community, okay? And also we want to grow in terms of our stock research as well. So today what we want to do is, because we have some new members who are joining us for the first time, if you're joining us for the first time, can you type new? Okay. Okay, Puffin is joining us for the very first time. Okay, so we're actually going to go through, okay, what is the purpose and structure of these mastermind group sessions. Okay, then after that, I'm going to give you some feedback, okay, for those of you who submitted the healthcare stock research. Okay, I know that Candice, okay, she's going to share with me after this session 5 stock research. I look forward to that and look forward to giving you the feedback. Okay, hey, Connie is also new. Okay, great, welcome. Okay, and then we are also, okay, at the end of this entire discussion, right, we are also going to have a discussion, okay, should you invest in the healthcare stock or the ETF? Okay, and then let me just, okay, sorry if I'm a bit distracted because I'm trying to admit all the people. Okay, and then we are also going to discuss what to expect, okay, and the homework that you should do, okay, for the October group coaching session. And then at the end of it, I will set aside some time to ask me anything, okay, about your portfolio, about the market or whatever, okay. You can ask me anything at the end of this session, okay. So I really want all of us to stay focused, okay, for this 1 hour, okay, and simply because, okay, it's really a time for us to level up as a group, and we only have this once a month, okay. Okay, so for those of us who are new, like Jonathan, Puffin, and Connie, okay, just want to share and also refresh everyone, okay, what is the purpose of all these mastermind sessions? Okay, this only happens once a month, and our goal as a silver tier together, right, is we want to build a strong portfolio based on deep knowledge of businesses from various sectors. Okay, so what we want to avoid is a concentrated portfolio on just 1 or 2 sectors, because what happens is that, for example, like recently, okay, the tech bubble burst, and then for the people who are very tech heavy, you will see a lot of REITs in your portfolio. So that's something we want to avoid, okay? And therefore, every month, right, we want to do a deep dive into one sector. And in order for you to grow, right, okay, you will need to submit a stock research to me, okay, so that I can actually give you feedback, guidance, and as you continue to do more and more stock research, right, you will realize that you can get better and better at it, all right? And of course, okay, the top 3 submissions, okay, will actually present live, okay, for the next Zoom session. Okay, so today actually I have 2 of them, okay, who will submit live to me to ask all of us, okay. And then out of all these presentations, the best one, right, okay, will receive $100 cash reward, okay, and you'll be featured on our public pages. Okay, and for the top 3 stock research, right, to make it very exciting, right, I actually added one more bonus for these people. Okay, so right, Okay, so join me in congratulating these 3 people who were awarded, okay, the top 3 stock research, right? Okay, so these people, they were evaluated, okay, based on all these, based on the quality of their stock research on the business model, okay, on the quantitative analysis, the qualitative analysis, on the depth of research of their competitors, the valuation, and their decisiveness as to which strategy to employ. Okay, so the top 3 winners are, can we congratulate them? Okay, Bernie. Okay, Bernie, you have actually heard her present 2 weeks ago, and many of you actually complimented her, okay, for her holistic research. Okay, so at the end of it, after she had analyzed Merck, okay, she actually said that, okay, actually she felt that healthcare at the end of it was not really part of her circle of competence, and she felt that she didn't really want to take the risk, the R&D risk that healthcare industries have to take. So her decision at the end of it was to invest in ETFs. Okay, so for her holistic research, okay, I actually awarded her as one of the top 3. Okay, then today we are going to have with us Boo Kyung and Chin Chin, okay, who is going to share with us their stock research. Okay, they're actually very nervous, okay, and of course, nobody will ever be there yet. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to celebrate the successes in our community. Okay, and all these 3, right, they will get an extra bonus from me, which is 1 extra coaching call from me. Yay! Okay, so that they get even more feedback and guidance, okay, on their portfolio and also on their stock research. Okay, so hey, remember that every month, right, we are actually going to select the top 3. Yeah. Okay, so okay, so if let's say, hey, and this is actually really to encourage all of you to level up. Okay, so hey, if you didn't submit, okay, this time around, don't worry. Okay, hey, do a submission for October. Okay, and the best thing we want for you, the best reward for you is that you become better and better at this, and you learn how to become very, very convicted in the businesses that are in your portfolio. Okay. Okay, so right, I just want to, before we actually invite Chin Chin and Boo Kyung, okay, to come on, I would just actually want to share some feedback, okay, on your stock research. Okay, so right, I've actually looked through all of your stock research, and these are the the strength areas are the ones that are highlighted in green. Okay, and the ones in red, right, are the areas for improvement. Okay, so what I realized that all of you are very good at, okay, which Joe will be very, very happy to know, right, is that all of you are super good, okay, at doing the fried. Okay, so when it comes to the quantitative analysis, I think that's very straightforward. I think all of you are very experts at it already, and that's very good. Okay, that means you have at least mastered, okay, the quantitative analysis of this particular, of how to do all this analysis. Okay, and in addition to that, okay, I also want to compliment the people who submitted a stock research that, okay, right now I think you have a clearer idea, okay, that behind every business, right, okay, is a business model. Okay, and all of you were able to tell me very, very clearly, okay, how does the business generate revenue? Okay, and also what is the problem that you're trying to solve? Okay, so one thing that I hope that the silver tier as a whole community, oh my goodness, I realized I forgot to record this session. Okay, wait, let me record this session. Yeah. Oh, I recorded already. Okay, let me continue. So excited. Okay, so right, one thing that I hope that we can level up as a community, which actually would be for October onwards. Hey, thanks, Puffin. Yeah, from October onwards. Okay, so Puffin, you also will submit to me in October. Okay, I realized that one thing that y'all didn't really add, right, is this thing about how confident are you that the business revenue is going to grow for the next 5 years? Okay, because right, if let's say if we take a look at the business revenue segments, okay, and then along the way, right, certain news comes, okay, and when the news comes, right, okay, it's going to affect your emotions, right? So one way to think about whether to actually invest or not to invest, right, would be to think about, okay, how does the news affect the revenue? Okay, does the news affect a very significant proportion of the revenue, or is it actually a very, very small proportion of the revenue? Okay, so let me just give you an example. So for example, I don't know whether how many of you actually know this, right, that the Johnson's baby powder had to be withdrawn from the market because there was news that it actually caused ovarian cancer in women. Did anyone of you heard that? If you actually heard that news, can you type yes? Okay, Boo Kyung actually heard of that news. Heard of that news. Okay, so when you look at the news itself, right? That okay, oh my goodness, okay, the Johnson's baby powder is going to be withdrawn from the market. Okay, then should you immediately withdraw and close all your shares on Johnson & Johnson? Or what is the next thing you should actually find out? What do y'all think? Can y'all type it? What's the next thing that you should find out before you exit your position totally? What do y'all think? Okay, Bokyong says verify the news. Okay, so the news is actually verified already. Okay, very good, very good. I really like how we are all thinking about this. Okay, so Chin, how does this product affect the revenue? Very good. Okay, so you go and find, so what you have to do next is go into their 10K report, go and check. Okay, Johnson's baby powder, the baby products, right? What percentage of the revenue does it contribute to the business? Okay, if it contributes 30% of revenue to the business, of course, you are going to be very worried. Okay, but if it contributes like maybe 1 or 2% revenue to the business, then does it really affect, okay, Johnson & Johnson? Okay, so, okay, so Puffin, very good. The impact of this defected product. So when we talk about impact, okay, we're always talking about how does it impact, okay, the business revenue? How does it impact the earnings of the business? Okay, so very good. Some of you are really thinking about the revenue. Okay, very good. All right, very good, very good. Okay, so what I want you all to grow in, right, is that I want you all to actually look more deeply, okay, if for future research, right, more deeply on the business revenue segments, and also think about, right, okay, when a particular news comes in, right, I want you to actually, instead of having a emotional reaction to the news, okay, the first thing you should check is actually how does it affect the revenue of the business? Okay, is it going to be so detrimental to the business that it's going to cause the business to close down? Okay, or is it going to be a very significant percentage of the revenue, like 20-30% of the revenue, or is it actually a very small percentage of revenue, like 1 or 2% of the revenue? Okay, so think about this, and then this will actually help you to get through a lot of the emotions that come, okay, with the stock market ups and downs. All right. Okay, and the other thing that I also hope, right, that the silver tier members can improve on, right, is actually this qualitative analysis, the snake part. Okay, so some of you, you know, which of you are guilty, right? Okay, you actually applied right, but your research didn't have the snake component. Okay, and the snake component is actually very important because this actually forces you to analyze the mode of the business. Okay, whether the business has a wide mode, okay, where it's very difficult for competitors to come in, or does it have a narrow mode where actually any other business, okay, it's very easy for any other business to come in and compete with them. Okay, and the qualitative analysis will also force you to analyze the risk of the business. Okay, so what are some possible factors that will cause the business to shut down? Okay, so this can all be found in the 10K report. Okay, so you know who you are. I actually gave you feedback to ask you, okay, to at least try to do a qualitative analysis so that you can level up your research. Okay, one extra level. Okay, so in terms of competitors, okay, later on, right, Bokyong is going to share something very useful with us on actually how to look at competitors. So some of you, which I want to comment, okay, you actually looked at the competitors data, so you compared the gross margin, the operating margin, and all that, which is very good. Okay, so Bokyong actually went one level up. Okay, he actually went to go and compare the revenues, okay, of the competitors. Okay, so that's something that we actually also want to look at as well. Okay, because we want to know whether is there a chance for the competitors to take away the market share from this particular business. Okay, and finally, okay, valuation. Okay, so today, based on the on the presentations, okay, by Bokyong and Chin, I hope to be able, okay, I hope we can give you some ideas on actually how to do the valuation better as well. Okay, so this is actually something that I hope look forward, okay, to your research in October, and we just continue to grow along the way. Okay, for those people who actually submitted your research already, right? Okay, can you just let me know whether I have given you feedback? If you have received my feedback, can you type yes? If you have not received my feedback, can you type no? Because actually I tried to look through everyone and I think I covered. Okay, I think I covered. Okay, so okay, Vincent, okay, very good. I've given you feedback. Okay, so for those people, okay, who receive feedback from me, okay, do also reply, okay, to my feedback so that you can grow with your research as well. So I know that some of you, okay, you actually bothered to even do a version 2, like Jane E even did a version 2 of the research, which is very good. Okay. Okay, so number 3, okay, we have come to the third part of our agenda where we are going to do our stock research presentation. Okay, so I'm going to actually invite Bokyong and Chin to unmute yourself. Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hey, hi. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, so Bokyong and Chin, who shall go first?
Lady
Go
first.
Okay, I help you. Okay, come. Okay, I did say scissors, paper, stone. Two of you do. Okay, scissors, paper, stone. Okay, winner present first. Okay, come, Chin, you go first.
No difference.
Okay, hey, can we encourage Chin? Okay, let's write some words of encouragement to Chin because she's actually very nervous. It's her very first presentation to a public group. Okay.
Can you all see my slide?
Yes, yes, we can.
Okay, today I'm going to present to you all on the case study for Pfizer, which is under the healthcare and drug manufacturing general. Pfizer is one of the world's largest American multinational pharmaceutical company. It was actually founded in 1849, which is 171 years old, by a German-American, Charles Pfizer, and his cousin, Charles Erhard. So the company actually it grew by a lot of merger and acquisition, especially for the past 20 years, I would say. More than 10 company was acquired and merged. So based on last year, it generated 51.8 billion in revenues, and the products were sold for more than 125 countries. Okay, currently this company generate revenue from 3 different groups. One is from the Pfizer biopharmaceutical group, which call it Biopharma. Last year, it generated about 39.4 billion, which is about 76% of the revenue. So this is the main revenue generation in this company. The other one is Upjohn. It's about 10.2 billion, about 20% of the revenue, and consumer healthcare, which is a small percent. It also includes a joint venture with GSK, which is about 4%. So for the major revenue group, actually there are actually 6 business units: oncology, inflammation, rare diseases, hospital, vaccine, and some internal medications. And for the Upjohn, it was actually primarily on all the patent on the branded and generic medicines business. So these are the list of product based on the 6 group that they are doing, and those products actually have a record about more than 1 billion for each of it in terms of the revenue. Upjohn, basically there are 2 products that they have in 2019, other than those that having patent expiry. In terms of the global market, US actually is still their major market, and China and Japan are one of the big market other than the rest of the world. But you can see that US actually getting smaller in terms of the market share, and they are expanding more on overseas. Especially you see China, it has been increasing every year in terms of the percentage. Based on the latest quarter earnings, there is some decline in the revenue on the second quarter. So there's about a 9% decline. Majority are from the Upjohn, which is the losses of patent partially offset the incomes. The problem and risk of this company on the healthcare, I would say quite generally, most healthcare pharmaceutical have the same problem. The expiry of the intellectual properties, product litigation, which seek damages and other relief on various grounds, and collaboration with other third-party relationship, like GSK is a joint venture, so the company itself don't have much say on that. Pricing and reimbursement depends on the government regulation in different areas. So there's also a list of legal or regulation action that the company have been facing all the while. So product expiry, these are the list of product expiry that I captured from their 10K report. And you can see that Lycra, just now you see under the Upjohn, it expired actually in 2019. So based on that year, the revenue is about 6.4%. So in general, I can see that most of the product that Pfizer has are quite diversified, because none of the product has more than, I would say, more than 12%. In fact, it's less than 30% of the total revenue. So long term, if there's one product that is going off expiry, I don't think it will be any big impact. from the list that I see. And at the same time, I also see that there's a current product pipeline, that Pfizer pipeline does have some product at phase 3, about 23 product, and 4 are under registration. They're also working on the COVID-19 vaccine, which will actually working with collaboration with BioNTech, and they are going for the trial in, I think, in September, yeah, which is Q3. So there's a race actually from all various companies. So we will see whether Pfizer can actually success in that. Okay, go into the financial report. Based on the FRAC was having a number of 6. There's a free cash flow of 1 because they have all positive cash flow in general, but there's no increasing trend at this moment. ROE, you can see that they are currently is about 22%, so it has a 1 in there. Interest coverage, you can see that they are all more than 10, so they will have a 2 point from here. Earnings per share, there is positive, but it's not on the increasing trend. That's what I will see. So there's only 1 point. Pfizer, interestingly, they are increasing in their dividend payout from since it was given out. So historically, so in total, they have a 6 in the FRAC. If I go into FRAC SNAKE, when I look into the details under the tech and science, because pharma is definitely need a lot of R&D, so they will only have impact on the risk. So there's a -1. For compared to competitors in terms of the net margin, Pfizer has 28.8, and Merck has 22.2, Eli Lilly 24.4, and GSK is 19. So in total, Pfizer is actually have a better net margin. So I'm giving a 0. There's no risk here. Under authority, because there's a lot of regulation in it, that's why I will put a negative down here. There's an impact. And key person, I don't think for such a big company, there isn't a decision maker rely on one person. So in total, the risk is a -2. For intangible asset, there is a patent and license in it, so there is a 1. Low cost advantage, based on that, I do a comparison on the operational margin is a 26.3. Merck was 26.63. So in general, Merck were actually higher, so I put it to 0. And high switching cost, at this moment, I don't think through I have not gone into very in-depth, so I put it as a 0 for conservative first. Network effect also, and efficient of scale. This company have many competitors, so definitely is a 0. And in terms of revenue, as you can see from here, the revenue actually has been on a positive side. They have this year they have a 49.1 billion actually. So there's a 1 constantly positive. Retained earning, there is accumulated earning when I check back the balance sheet. And share repurchase, yes, there is a share repurchase. And through the 10K report, I managed to find that the share repurchase in 2019 is $37.89. So in general, the fried snake out of it, it give me a 5.62. So from the flight, it does not pass the score of 7. So fundamentally, it's not a very strong company. But if you want to invest on Pfizer, you can bid 5% in terms of the portfolio maximum. So this variation I was done based on the PE that I've captured. So the historical PE shows that it was high at about 32, and based on the current is about PE about 15, and 5-year average is about 20.4. So I would say current is actually a fair value. So I'm using the 15.37 as a fair value for the PE. So you can see that based on the current share price, it's actually around the fair value, which is under $41.3, and the over value was about 47. Under value, it will be about $28 based on PE of 13.7. There's a list of competitors that I checked through. As I mentioned, Merck is one of it. GSK, which is one of our joint venture with Pfizer, Eli Lilly, and the other are Johnson & Johnson, Bistro, Mayers, and Novartis. So from the deep dive, we need to look into the investment standpoint. Based on the key revenue driver, it actually passed because they don't focus on only 1 or 2 drugs, which is fully diversified, and patent expiry 1 and 2, but they have a list, so I will put it as pass. There is about 90 new products in the pipeline. About 23 is already at phase 3, so it passed the requirement. And cash flow, it does have cash flow for development pipeline, which is already part of the R&D. So in general, Pfizer has passed the investment requirement. To employ the strategy for Pfizer investment, we will say is fundamentally is not a very strong company because of the it's less than 7. It passed the investor checklist, and it is one of the largest pharmaceutical company and also working on vaccine, COVID-19 vaccine. But it's a rat race. I don't know who will come out. So if success, there will be a potential in growth. And if you want to do investment, you depend on strategy X or X plus. So the entry point they are looking at it is about $36.8. I think currently it's already hitting this number. Exit point will be about 44.59. So lastly, I did go and find out lately there is a news talking about Pfizer is out of S&P Dow Jones. So one of the reasons that I can find out is it was because of the Pfizer was having one of the worst performance in the list. That's why it was actually out of the one reason that it was out of the S&P. And there's other news was they are going to spin off their generic drug unit, which merged with Bayer, this is talking about the Upjohn. Okay. Is there any other question?
Hey, I don't know why the Zoom is telling me I have less than 1 minute, but I have a pro version. So well,
what is that?
And just nice. I'm sorry. I hope that it didn't distract you from your presentation.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Let me tell me the last point. Why Pfizer is out of S&P.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So now I have less than 1 minute. I do not know why, although I have a pro version. Okay. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to. Okay. I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. I'm going to put in the Zoom link again on the Silver group. Okay. Then we will go into
Okay.
that room, and then we will respond to your presentation. Is that okay?
Okay, can.
Okay. So so I'll see all of you at the second Zoom room. Okay. See you.
Okay, bye.